people will keep coming back to your blog posts and your reporting on something, not just if you're like keeping it up to date, not if you're like not just because, let's say, you have more information to provide about the college application process, but if your point of view, if Alexis's point of view is going to be so Alexis that people have to know what Alexis is saying. And that's the thing that is hard to do. It's a challenge, and it's good writing. Good writing makes a difference in good thinking. And so that's like what you guys are going to get from being here, is the good writing and the good thinking. And developing your own personal voice, so that people who are on the same beat will say, oh, I wonder, you know, I mean, I already know about that this video game is coming out, but what does Matt have to say about it? You know, so that's really the difference between just blogging in a sort of passive way and hoping that people will come to you, and blogging in a way that asserts your own personality. And also, you would be amazed by how grateful people are to read good writing, because there's not a lot of good writers out there. There are a lot of bloggers, but it's hard to be a good writer. And if you're a good writer, the world is open to you in a completely different way than if you're just a blogger, right? So just keep all of that in mind as you work on things. And then, so that like that should always be sort of the foundation of what you're doing. And then think about, you know, in terms of each blog post, you know, it did used to be that you could work on the writing and just hand it in, but now you kind of have to look at it. You guys are all editors of this site, right? So you're going to be looking at it from sort of like an editor standpoint anyway. And that means that you have to think about what makes a blog post. A blog post is not just writing. If it were just writing, our lives would be so much easier. But it's not. It's the image, it's the way it's presented, it's whether or not it has a YouTube clip, whether or not it has an MP3 to go with it, right? Think about your own stuff, you know, the stuff that you guys look at. Like, what makes you go there or look at it. So when you're thinking of an idea, you should always just have that in the back of your mind. You know, like, okay, in my head, are there any photos that would go with this? You don't have to take them. You don't even have to worry about them right now, but I'm just saying, like, if you're kind of trying to decide, like, is this, you know, catchy and eye-catching, like, is it something that people are talking about? The thing with blogs that's different from what they now call long-form journalism that you see that are like essays is that people want up-to-the-minute stuff. It's like a Twitter feed. You don't want to look on your Twitter feed and see somebody tweeting about something that happened last week. You know, that's really annoying. So it's the same thing with blog posts. It has to be something that's happening now.